Our example 1 reads as follows. Cplat is a trader. The following information appeared in the books for July 2018. On 1 July, the balances for Severa Solutions was 4,600 and for Musese Dealers was 1,720. Now before we have a look at the transactions for July 2018, let's see what's required. We need to enter the transactions in the creditors journal of Cplat for July 2018, and we need to do the postings to the following accounts in the appropriate ledgers of Cplat. And those accounts are the purchasers account, the accounts for Musese Dealers, Severa Solutions, and for Janssen Stores. Now our transactions are as follows. 3 July, bought goods on credit from Severa Solutions, 2,800, invoice 21 received. On 6 July, purchased the following merchandise on credit from Janssen Stores, less 10% trade discount. That's 50 boxes of biscuits at $55 each and 102 packets of sweets at $20 each. On 12 July, received 3 computers on credit from Severa Solutions worth 1,700 each for resale purposes. And then on 19 July, received invoice together with goods from Musese Dealers, 2,180. Now first we need to do our creditors journal. This is the format of our creditors journal, and we only record credit purchases in our creditors journal. Our first entry will be for Severa Solutions. That happened on 3 July and the amount was 2,800. Now before we enter the transaction for Janssen Stores, let's do the calculation. It was 50 boxes, which was $55 each, which will come to 2,750, and 10% of that is $275. And for our sweets, we had 102 packets costing $20 each. Then we will get 2,040, and 10% of that will give us 204. Now if we add the totals of our biscuits and sweets, we will get 4,790, and 10% of that will come to $479. And if we subtract the two, we will get 4,311, and this is the amount we will enter in our creditors journal. There we go. Our next transaction is again for Severa Solutions. This happened on 12 July and the amount is 5,100. And our last entry is for Musese Dealers. That happened on the 19th of July and the amount is 2,180. After we've entered all our transactions in our creditors journal, then we can add them all up to get a total. The total for this creditors journal is 14,391. This also represents the total credit purchases for July. Now let's go ahead and enter the details in our ledgers. Now in our general ledger, we have purchases. In our creditors journal, we will debit in our purchases account. The date will always be on the last day of the month, and the amount will be the total of the creditors journal. In our creditors ledger of Cplat, our first creditor is Severa Solutions, and we must always start with the opening balance. And Severa Solutions had an opening balance of 4,600. The second transaction is on 3 July, which is for purchases 2,800, and the last transaction for Severa Solutions was on 12 July and that was 5,100. Now please note that you need to enter the specific date when the transaction occurred, and at the end of the month this 12,500 is the amount owed to Severa Solutions. Let's go ahead and post the other accounts. We have Musese Dealers. It also had an opening balance. The balance was 1,720, and on 19 July there was purchases of 2,180. And then finally for Janssen Stores, Janssen Stores did not have an opening balance. However, Seplat made purchases on 6 July worth $4,311.